Welcome everybody to the AGDI remake of King's Quest II, Romancing the Throne. Or rather, this remake is actually called Romancing the Stones. They changed the name because, unlike the first remake, this one, the plot was considerably changed. I don't know if Teo played this remake. Have you played this remake, Teo?
Not yet.
Have you played?
I actually still have to buy to take the King's Quest collection on Steam.
Longest game title sequence ever.
If you do, Teo, be sure to talk to me about it because I've got an installer that will correct all the problems that collection has. Anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, King's Quest 2 Romances, and yes, as you can see, this is back in the days when this is sprites and all that shit. This is classic. classic PC game.
It still uses the King's Quest 5 engine, thankfully. This remake, at least.
Oh my god, I can see the mouse.
Alright, so this is just me deleting my save because off screen I figured out that I didn't have a good completed save file, so I'll just... Okay, let's watch the intro first.
Introduction.
Okay, so like I was trying to say, Teo, have you played the original King's Quest 2? The original one?
Yeah, a bit, but it was a long time ago, so I may have forgotten a lot of things.
This one completely rewrites the story so that it's a lot more involved. There's a lot more to it.
Okay.
Retold for the first time.
In HD. No, wait, no, not HD.
Well, this remake, and just like the first remake we commented on, this remake is completely for free. You can go into agdi.com and download this game for free. It will work on modern computers just fine. So yeah. So far, you know, the music and all that stuff, not bad for a game that was made literally under a year with no budget.
Yeah, also, Dwibs, keep in mind that at least for that day, this type of remake was actually considered HD. And I'm pretty sure there will be a time in the future when people will go and look our current HD collection and will actually laugh.
Yeah, that's the thing. This remake was original.
Hi, Sian from Final Fantasy VI.
That's not King Graham. That's
Sorry, you know that Christopher T. Warren guy? I thought it said Christopher Walken for a minute there.
Yeah, Christopher T. Warren is the big boss of AGDI, the studio that made this. But the point I'm trying to make is, oh wait, actually cutscene. So I'll talk later.
Ah, goody.
Your Majesty.
Oh, there's voice acting.
Yeah, they actually brought back the original voice actor. That's another great thing about this fan remake. They brought back the original voice actor who played Graham back in the day.
My apologies, Gervain.
Not necessary, Your Majesty. After all,
oh, and by the way, speaking of voice acting, keep in mind there's going to be a character here and there who's going to have like a little lower quality on the voice because of the specific microphone that particular actor is using. Fan remake, it's free. Let's not be too harsh on it.
Do you have something to report?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
yes, Your Majesty. Why do you sound like you're in a cave, and I sound like I'm in a room?
Some of the castle guards.
Well, the castle hall is huge, so I guess there's a difference in the echo.
Entourage from our nearest neighbor to return within the week, and there is the matter.
So yeah, this is Gervain, as Minister of Justice, and Graham is not really paying attention.
My apologies again, Minister Gervain. Please continue.
Yes. As I was saying, there is the matter of an alliance with Eusperia. They have become a strong nation now, and it may be prudent to show our willingness to support them, lest they decide we are more of a hindrance.
Pardon me for a moment.
Does the king there
I've got to go get something.
Sure.
Be right back.
I do not believe so.
Graham here only thinks of ladies.
For the security arrangements for the royal
well, technically, a good way to secure an alliance with another kingdom is having their two representatives marrying each other.
And not one lost slipper, to coin a phrase.
Please.
Cinderella.
Indeed. They were none too
that's another thing you're gonna have to get used to this. The King's Quest series fucking loves its fairy tale references.
Very well.
Yeah, especially some sort of satire.
What's it gonna reference next?
Forgive me once again.
No. The old classic fairy tales, not Disney ones.
I wonder if my predecessor experienced times like these.
Or in that case, Sleeping Beauty.
Well, there is a Disney reference later on in the game, but we haven't gotten.
Well, we have to wait until King's Quest 6 for that.
His married life,
yeah.
Before his wife passed away, that is. If I may be so bold, Perhaps my lord is feeling that certain rooms in his castle are somewhat sparsely filled.
Yeah, you see, we have economic difficulties. We had to cut
back. And other
back.
rooms that serve but a single soul, like your dining room.
True.
And your bed chambers.
Ew.
What are you saying? Gwen, get out.
Piss off.
Perhaps, but I do fear I've met no such candidates that would fill the rooms you have mentioned.
You should not lose heart, your majesty. If you pause to reflect for but a moment, you may see clearly what is hidden to others.
Yeah, your sex life.
Alright, so that mirror you see right in the back, that's the magic mirror I was talking about.
Yeah. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the most Spider-Man-ish looking king of all? Seriously, that sprite looks like Spider-Man wearing a wig and blue trousers. Now he looks human, sort of.
You gaze into the mirror. The minister's words seem to echo in your head. If you pause to reflect for but a moment. Not that you've been doing much else lately. For many weeks now, you've been reflecting over the direction your life has taken.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe he should. Becoming a king gave him no time to court ladies, apparently.
So far, your existence has been a dreadfully lonely one.
Is this okay? Did this game take a peek at my life and made an autobiography out of it?
To see a series
or a biography,
of images,
I should say.
Though you struggle to fathom their meaning.
Well, Dwibs, that means I can at least relate to King Graham
You recognize
already.
the landscape. It
Yeah,
is
except I'm not a
Kalima,
king.
A land not far from Daventry.
Alright, and now 3D sequence.
Whoa!
Jesus Christ, that's a...
It reminds me of the early days of Myst.
Yeah.
This animation looks like Hoodwinked.
Again, let's not be too harsh, you know,
And yeah,
because no budget.
Still more polished than the one.
I'm talking about in terms of time, because Hoodwink came out in 2006 and looked like this.
Yeah,
still more polished than that movie.
For a fan made.
Oh, I get it. It's a Ferris Lockstone.
It's the door with the free, or you have to put the free rocks. You might remember that.
I know.
Yeah.
It just
and here's the island.
Like
have you ever reached the island when you played the original?
I think I did.
By the way, Dwibs, in case you didn't notice, this is what the mirror is showing. That's what we're seeing.
Yeah.
And guess what? Now we're referencing Rapunzel.
You're going to marry this woman. That's basically what the mirror's telling him.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Trust me, it's an habit the mirror does a lot in the series.
Yeah.
You see
mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the handsomest one of all? Well, not you.
Somehow you can feel her
mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the hottest chick of all?
Leave that place. She is a prisoner in that tower.
Cannot find.
A blue screen of that.
Yeah. It couldn't handle the hotness, so it died.
Ah.
Could you imagine it feels like if there was a woman in the mirror and the man walked in on him, you know?
Indeed. Where shall I tell the captain you'll be
I ruin characters and I turn games into these weird lewd things.
Fortunately, this one has voice acting, so you won't have much leeway as you have with
ensure that you leave prepared. Arm yourself, sire. I hear Kalima is not the safe haven it once was.
Alright, so basically, so that's our King's Quest. So that's our quest, a King's Quest, if you will. We're going to Kalima to try to save that woman.
But is there a Queen's Quest, you know, for the ladies?
Actually, there is. King's Quest 4, King's Quest 4, and King's Quest 7.
My bride.
Yep.
What's your favourite King's Quest game?
That would be this one, actually.
This one. And your least favourite?
But you mean the remake?
Yeah, this one. Yeah, this remake. King's Quest 8 is my least. Basically, you ask any King's Quest fan, which is your least favorite, and everybody will say King's Quest 8. King's Quest 8 was a big betrayal. They went completely away from the point-and-click genre and made it into a shitty action game.
Was there a King's Quest 9?
No, but the 8th bombed so hard and was hated by so many people that it practically killed the series, basically.
Yeah.
Aren't they trying to bring it back?
Yeah, the problem is it's not technically a point-and-click game.
Okay, I'm back.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So this is the witch who trapped that damsel in the tower.
I trust you still have your captive held security.
Ah, the damsel, is she an ever-waiting bride?
Also, can I just point out that she has a butt chin?
Yeah. Okay, that's also she's talking to the villain of the game, who eventually will learn the identity of it.
Dare she be beautiful?
I think Christopher T. Warren is actually doing a really great job doing an old ag voice.
Yeah.
Yes, that guy you mentioned, Dwibs, Christopher T. Warren, one of the director. He's also the voice of Agatha here. I think he does a great job sounding like a old Agatha. It doesn't sound like a man at all, to me at least.
I certainly don't sound like a man.
Okay, so basically, Jovah, here's a little recap. Basically, King Graham is sad because he has no queen to, make him company. And
basically, he doesn't get laid.
So the magic mirror showed him a vision of a woman trapped in a tower. Rapunzel, anyone?
Yeah.
So basically, he's going to this land called Colima, which is where the tower is, and he's going to save her from that tower where she's imprisoned. And that witch we just met, that's the witch who trapped her in the tower. And she's talking to a mysterious villain who wants her to kill Graham as soon as she reaches Colima. So we'll see exactly what's going on behind the scenes.
So Graham's great quest in this journey is to apparently...
No, Jovah, you have to do it properly. So we're off in our King's quest.
King's quest? In order to find his lovely bride. God forbid that she doesn't
like
him.
So here's how King's Quest 5 works. This game uses the exact same engine as the King's Quest 5. Basically, this is how it works, Dwibs. We have a total of... is it 5 icons? I forgot how many. Well, we have the walk icon, which allows us to walk to whenever we point, which is the one I'm using now. We have the eye icon, which allows us to to basically look at stuff and learn about it. We have the hand icon, which allows us to pick up objects, push buttons, that kind of stuff. Interact with the environment, basically. And we had a talk icon, which allows us to talk to NPCs.
You untangle the net from the pylon and take it with you.
Also, that score over there that you see in the top, basically every time we do anything in this game, we get a 1, 2, or maybe even 3 or 9 points. Depends on what kind of action we just did. If we played the game the best way, like if we solve the puzzles in the best way possible, because there's multiple solutions to puzzles. If we do everything in the best possible way, we will get max score. The score doesn't actually unlock anything, but back in the day there wasn't really any
sturdy and is pointed at one end, believing that you may find it useful.
Oh, and do you love this one? And here's an interesting thing. There's one thing you have to learn about King's Quest. Check this out.
Rocks litter the area. It's a good thing you were not standing around here when they fell.
There is no such thing as a game with more detail than a King's Quest game. Every single
big tree has usurped the role of
text
that
you click on stuff and it
and it's all fully voiced, like literally everything. There's never a moment where it won't allow you to do it. No, like you can literally look at everything and try to talk to everything, and the narrator will always have a response for you. As you'll see.
But thankfully, Dwibs, if you're asking Dwibs if it's obnoxious, it's optional. So basically, it's customizable for you.
If you don't want to look around everywhere, you don't have to. I'm just doing this to show off the amount of detail that went.
No, I know. We're just saying to this because
Okay.
You can just rush through the game if you want. I'm just. But that's the great thing about King's Quest. You can play it anyway. Okay, so.
Also, if you know logic about point-and-click gaming already, basically we're kleptomaniacs.
And discover a clam lying beneath it.
What if I told you that King's Quest 8 outsold Grim Fandango?
And discover to your surprise a dazzling
please tell me it's
not. 2-1 apparently.
It's not possible.
You're lying. No, sorry. You're lying.
Well, guess what game's getting a remastered edition and what's
That's not true. That's impossible. Hey, look, it's the Batcave.
The bat symbol of
yeah, it's actually the Batcave.
Oh, Dwibs, it's interesting that you mentioned that. Just wait a bit.
The bat symbol.
You'll see. Hey, look, it's Red Riding Hood.
Repressing the urge to burst into song.
I'm thinking I'm a bit behind you guys. What time are you at?
14:48. 9.
Yeah.
50.
I'll go to 15:03.
Okay. Well,
my name is Graham.
Basically, I'm talking to Red Riding Hood right now. All right, 15:03, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
Go.
I was collecting flowers for her, but now I
She's
cannot
Gollum
anymore.
or Stitch.
Why is that?
She sounds like Gollum's sister.
Yeah, it's again a man trying to sound like a girl. That's the thing. Unfortunately, they couldn't afford to get voice actors.
Thank you, Graham.
They managed to get the original voice actor of Graham, but that's like the only real thing they could. Okay, so like I was trying to say, another thing is it's like when it comes to King's Quest games, or even point-and-clicking games in general, is examine any object that looks suspicious. Examine it, because there might be a hidden item somewhere under it or inside it.
But still be a little cautious, because especially in King's Quest, a lot of times when you examine something, it may kill you.
Yeah,
so it's kind of. I've heard that's kind of what happened in the first Alone in the Dark game, where reading something kills you.
Yeah.
All right, Jovah, you still there? I guess not. Anyway, everybody,
I take it this is going to be the only thing we're doing today, considering Jovah's going and Tio's going.
I'm not going.
I thought you said you were doing that thing with Felix.
And try to catch the baby
yeah,
bird.
but not. Well, I still have enough time to do this part.
Hold on. Okay, so yeah, look, a duck. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna catch it in our net.
You throw the net over the pond, and the baby bird is caught unharmed.
By the way, Dwibs,
rhyming.
By the way, there's a lot of rhyming in King's Quest. By the way, Dwibs, you missed it because you were behind us. But here's the interesting thing: if you press the talking icon on just thin air, the narrator you'll get a response out of the narrator saying, "Repressing the urge to burst into song, you immediately." Oh, look at that! Easter egg.
What the fuck?
Time paradox.
Okay, allow me to explain. In the original King's Quest 2, this was an Easter egg that the people who made King's Quest 2 back in the 80s, they actually had this Easter egg in the Batcave, because for shits and giggles. And the guys who made this remake kept it, and it happens randomly. It doesn't happen all the time.
Did Warner Brothers ever sue them?
No. They got the permission for it.
So what? DC were like, yeah, sure, you can make a joke.
I guess Batman is not good at driving.
Yeah.
In King's. No. So wait. So in that sense, Batman is officially a King's Quest character.
Yeah. Actually, he does appear at the end of this game. I'm not even kidding.
Or did they get Adam West to voice him or something?
No. He only appears. He appears in the background of the ending, but he doesn't speak.
They could have got Adam West.
I'm sure they would have loved to do that, but I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be able to get Adam West for this.
Oh, a cottage.
Yeah.
You'll need to walk around.
Well, we talked to Red Riding Hood in a moment ago, so I'm guessing this is Grandma's cottage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, hang on. So I mentioned hoodwinked in this video, and we actually saw Red Riding Hood.
You open the mailbox.
You shall receive.
Inside there is incredible.
Yeah.
Hello, Jovah. Guess what? We found Batman in the Batcave.
A card has been
really?
Also.
Yeah, we actually did. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, and it was actually the theme tune of the 60s
I will be
show.
missing church services.
Yeah. But basically, Jovah, there's an evil cave.
Shoot, I missed.
Basically, Jovah.
Oh, come on! It's a religious spam.
Yeah. The church is literally advertising their faith and shit. All right, so a little recap for you, Jovah. Basically, the old hag lives in a cave that has the bat symbol in it.
You replace the card.
So, as an Easter egg for shits and giggles, this game has sometimes at random the Batmobile gets out of the Batcave and drives around, and you hear the '60s Batman theme while it's doing it.
Oh man! Wait, is there maybe can I catch that in another part? Does it appear in the other parts of this playthrough?
No,
that makes an appearance at the end.
Batman appears at the end, but no, you don't get to hear the Batman theme again. Sorry.
Shoot.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Just watch this Raw again when you can.
Reminds me, what time is it on the Raw?
1934, 1935.
Yeah.
No. I know what time we are. I meant what time is that particular thing on?
Oh, let me check.
You take the basket.
Oh, look, we found Red Riding Hood's basket. Well,
you have run into an evil enchanter.
Not the evil enchanter.
Yeah, when an evil enchanter appears in a King's Quest game, run the fuck away. Run the fuck away.
Yeah, run before he makes you sing for all eternity.
Yeah, here's the thing, Dwibs. In King's Quest, you can die from a lot of little things, but what states it is that this game has a save system that is pretty much just a save state thing. So you can save as many times as you want. You can save any time. You can make as many saves as you want. So as long as you keep saving and making multiple saves, you won't have a problem with the deaths.
Oh, okay.
And
so anyway, what time were you saying that particular thing is at?
Hold
on.
The door you
hold on,
Jovah.
This cutscene is
however, and almost seems to be waiting for something.
Okay.
Hold on. All right, it's at 16 minutes and 55 seconds.
I am King Graham of
6 minutes and 55 seconds?
No, 16 minutes and 55 seconds.
Cool, thanks.
Graham, you're talking to a rock, you know, and even the narrator points it out.
Probably not the weirdest thing he's run into in his life.
Okay, basically, Dwibs, the thing you have to learn about King's Quest. King's Quest tends to do a lot, and it says Christopher T. Warren again, by the way. Basically, Dwibs, you have to get used to this in King's Quest. In King's Quest, a lot of weird shit happens because, you know, fantasy game and shit.
Through me will you find the destiny you seek, if you cannot perform a task.
That voice is amazing.
You feel intense exuberance that you have come so close to your goal in such a short time.
Yeah, talking to a rock with a face.
You must bring me these
You must go on a fetch quest.
I think you're probably
the Chaos Emerald.
And then
Get the Master Emerald from us. Jesus Christ, I better write it down.
Water shall you find
water.
First, though not the type to quench your thirst. Spy the second high in the sky, with wings or no.
But that mobile crashed at the end, apparently, of it.
Yeah. So it is heard, in lone dark castle lies the third.
So there are 5, so... or 4.
No, 3 stones.
Okay.
Could you imagine if the Mysterons did this kind of threat in rhyme?
Danger cloaked await you there.
This is the Mysteron.
Without warning,
we are here from Travelos.
It gradually smooths out to become a
these 3 tasks.
All right, so in order to be able to so now we have those 3 indentations there. In order to talk to the door again, we have to put the 3 gems of nature in those holes.
Talk to a door. That door must be good friends with the
door. Trust me, Dwibs. You thought Ace Attorney was ridiculous with the whole cross-examining a parrot. In here, pumpkins can talk. Like everything talks in these fucking games.
Yeah.
What, like, I'm surprised the bridge doesn't talk. Like, ow, ow, ow.
Honestly, Dwibs, honestly,
this is basically Pee-wee Herman the game.
Yeah, pretty much. The only thing that doesn't talk is the ground.
A piece of paper has blown here in the wind.
Are you sure the ground doesn't talk? For all you know, the narrator could be masquerading as it.
So yeah, once again, I'm showing off the detail.
The deep gorge has
actually, how funny would that be if, like, everything you click on is what gives the narration?
Everything gives narration. Like, literally everything.
No. What I meant is like, well, the things that you click on are what speak. That's what I meant in giving narration.
Oh.
I guess if you walk over that bridge too many times, it collapses.
In the original game, yes, but in here they made it more easy.
You smooth out the torn and tattered paper and read, "Curios I have, to the town do come, awaiting I am."
All right.
So Yoda wrote this.
Probably. All right. So let's explore Kulim a bit more.
Hey.
And just for the sake of Jovah, there is an actual town with citizens, but we're not going to go there quite yet because I want to explore and find some items first.
Town.
Yeah.
Why did you think I was going to ask that?
No, it's because you guys were... Isn't there anybody else in this game?
You know that pumpkins can't talk?
Well, I never really thought of that, considering
I love this.
Game
I tried to speak to the pumpkin because just to have the narrator specifically say to us, you know pumpkins can talk. And then as soon as I try to take it...
Hey, watch it!
Liar.
Sorry. I was not aware you could talk.
Yeah, he was actually not aware.
Like, I love that this pumpkin is actually some of the best lines in the game. Actually, you'll see why.
You glance at the smaller pumpkins. These must be her children.
How can a pumpkin give birth?
7. Yeah, well,
Seeds. Seeds.
Some strange man who spoke even stranger came by.
Can't imagine pumpkin sex now. Thank you, Jovah.
Or
no, seeds is in seeds of a plant.
Porky Pig reference? Okay, so basically a man came by and stole one of her children.
Before I knew it, he'd gone and pinched one of my babies.
I love her accent.
Is Helena Bonham Carter voicing her or something?
No, I'm pretty sure not.
That would be amazing, getting Helena Bonham Carter on this.
Alright, so... That's one of our quests, to try to help her and get her son back.
Pumpkin what?
I'm
Pardon me for asking,
a pumpkin.
How did you come by the ability to talk?
I love this one.
With a question like that, I might ask you the same.
I was only...
I don't take it personal. That old witch Agatha cast a spell on
Sounds like Gilbert Gottfried.
There you go, there's an
explanation.
There's an explanation for it.
Agatha?
Oh, I love this one.
Yeah, she's the old bag who lives in that cave to the west.
It's Gilbert Gottfried, only female.
So she gave life to a...
trash out.
Yeah. I love how the game even points out the stereotypical nature of that old hag.
Regarding Agatha's precious possessions.
Yes, let's get back to Agatha's precious possessions.
I reckon they're anything but. Mind you, I have my doubts about Agatha's legitimate ownership of this stuff, if you know what I mean.
What sorts of items does Agatha wish you to guard?
Oh, the usual vanities. All useless in my opinion. But what
You see,
would I
Luke,
know?
this is one of my favourite games.
It is, Professor?
Yes, I can live out my fantasies of talking to pumpkins.
Hey look, a lake of swans.
I get it.
Okay,
I
so
If I may ask,
I love this one.
Never be shared with you.
See, if I try to talk to the swan, any wisdom this swan might have, sadly, will not be shared with you.
Beautiful, majestic white
I love how
glides
this is. It's wonderful how they managed to.
What an adorable baby swan!
Oh,
we know they're adorable. Christ, you're like Frank Miller in that film. We constantly talk about how beautiful women are.
It is a baby bird, and not a terribly pretty one at
I
that.
smell a fairy tale reference.
Yep.
Swan Lake.
The ugly duckling.
Right.
I took a look at the bird using the eye.
It's walking on water.
No. It's a shallow end.
Professor, mind me if I may ask, but
he
you're
became a
telling me
swan.
that you can talk to pumpkins, you can walk on water, and yet for some reason you can't talk to swans. Is it something you have against me and my ability to talk to animals?
No, I just like games of talking pumpkins.
White feather and put it carefully away.
Alright, so we helped the baby duckling and we got a feather out of it.
I'm a complicated person.
A swan feather.
Leave me to my...
Eating in the water.
Lady in the water. Oh my god, Shyamalan.
I was technically saying
I haven't
lady.
even seen that film.
Okay,
that
sure,
movie is
why not?
god-awful. Anyway, we got a basket, so let's give it back to her.
You can't...
Hold on.
Clicked in the wrong way.
So,
hold on.
You
basically...
hand the basket to Possum.
Thank you, kind sir.
That's how she's known here.
Right, so,
do I have to pay 1 gil
It is
for
more
that?
than enough. I noticed that you have picked only yellow flowers.
So, yeah, here you go, Anne Hathaway. Here's your basket of stuff.
Kind of weird how the king doesn't have a royal escort,
Certainly
more,
it is.
you know,
I'm sorry to hear about
of a
your brother.
reputation.
You see, Jovah, if you've been around for our King's Quest 1 playthrough, you would know that Daventry is kind of a shitty kingdom.
I know.
And since King, when King Ram took the throne, it didn't improve that much.
Makes you wonder why he wanted to be king in the first place.
Well, he started out as a knight, so he's more of a hands-on approach kind of guy. So he gets shit done.
Couldn't someone have just taken his throne while he was gone?
Yeah, Gervain, the guy we met in the intro, Gervain, he's taking over while we're gone.
Why did just like
this would be to have a plot like where after the adventure?
Also, it's funny you mentioned Dwibs. The whole premise of King's Quest V is that when King Gramiza is not at the castle, an evil wizard basically shrink it and he can take it away.
Yeah. How funny would it be actually to have a plot like where during one of your past adventures, the sequel game then deals with somebody overthrowing your kingdom, and thus you have to go for an adventure getting it back.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be quite
You peer into the depths of the dark hole. As luck would have it, you discover a beautiful set
I can imagine one of these texts just covering the entire screen.
Glittering diamonds.
Well, there are times where the screen goes black and you just see a square like this one.
Perhaps someone stashed them here. At any rate, you take them into your possession.
And also, you can always click on the screen to skip any dialogue to just move on. You don't have to listen to all of this if you.
So it's not obnoxious.
You can even go into the options and select. You can press escape to skip full cutscenes in general. So it's all fine.
Nice.
Okay, so we're just taking. Oh, and by the way, all these backgrounds you're looking at, these were all hand drawn and painted.
Cool. I have to say, this has got to be one of the most
interesting before he turns you into something.
This has got to be one of the most interesting, complex methods to get a bride. I mean, how much would it stink if the girl, when he finally gets to her, says no when he proposes?
So if the evil enchanter gets you as the game over.
Yes, but as long as you keep saving often, it won't be a problem.
You notice a thick
you always be warned by the narrator.
Yeah, you'll always be warned by the narrator when the wizard appears. So you'll have time to run away.
Wonder if he does like a long speech when you die.
There's always a death message for every death in the game, but we'll get to that when we do the death videos because
yeah,
boy. Was this the one where
trust me, Dwibs,
guy with the loudest scream ever?
Yeah, it's this guy. Yeah, King Garam.
Is that a snake?
Or no, it was a rope. There were coins on the ground, but it wasn't trapped.
They suddenly turn dark. Now they resemble ordinary metal. Wait a minute. This isn't gold. It's fool's gold.
Ha.
So forgery.
Well, I'm sure it will still come in handy somehow.
The gold has now gone dark and resembles ordinary worthless metal. This is fool's gold, which would make you quite the fool.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, Pedro, you're a fool.
Yeah, that's another thing about King's Quest. The narrator takes a few jabs at the player even sometimes.
Yeah, especially during the death scenes.
I like it. It gives the game character.
I know.
As long as you do it right.
No, they do it right. Like for example, there's one where, like, for example, if you purposely fall into a chasm and die, the narrator will go like, "That wasn't a very smart idea, Graham."
Well, that's King's Quest 2 Part 1.
Indeed. See you in the next part.